So after my 3 Days of Darkness video, I got an email from a lady with the subject line that says, I need to tell you this. And what followed was a story of a dream that she had that was so vivid, it made me feel like that I was dreaming the dream with her. And it made me feel exactly like I felt when I dreamed the dream about the same damn subject. And this is what it said. After watching your video about the 3 Days of Darkness, I had to tell you this dream that I had back in April. The dream started normally, then all of a sudden it shifted. 1 minute I was standing in my house with broad daylight coming through my windows. The next, pitch black darkness enveloped the entire house. It wasn't night though. It was thick, suffocating void that covered the entirety of the house. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. The world had also gone completely silent. Like I was standing in one of those rooms where no noise was possible. I felt around for my phone, and when I found it, the screen wouldn't turn on. The power was out. I couldn't get anything to turn on electrical in the house. And then I noticed something outside. I couldn't quite see it, but it looked like shadows were shifting against the darkness, and I could almost picture what was in the darkness. Then I started hearing a grinding noise, like something was being dragged across the pavement outside. I felt my way along the hallway, trying to get to the kitchen, and that's when I heard it, a knock at the door. Not a frantic knock of somebody that's trying to get in away from the darkness. This was a steady knock. 3 taps at the door. I made it to the kitchen and to the door that the knocks were coming, and then 3 more taps came. I called out asking who it was at the door, but nobody replied. And just as I was getting ready to walk away, I heard a voice from the other side of the door that said, "Let me in." I backed away from the door immediately. My breath caught in my throat. The voice that I heard on the other side of the door was my own voice. The knocking didn't stop. 3 taps and a pause. 3 taps and a pause. I moved towards the back of the house, but no matter where I went, I heard it. Always the 3 taps, and then always my voice saying, "Let me in." And that's when the screams came. It came from everywhere and all at once. It sounded like people in the distance, but their voices didn't carry right. It was like they were stretched too thin, something unnatural, supernatural about them. I can't quite put them into words, but it was unnatural. I couldn't take hearing them anymore. I covered my ears, but it didn't help. The darkness seemed to seep in everywhere, pressing against my thoughts. I could hear my heartbeat pounding in my ears. I knew I couldn't go outside. I knew I wasn't supposed to open the door, but something told me that I was going to anyway. And then something else said that I had already opened the door. I opened my eyes and looked up, and they were right. The voices in my head that told me that I had already opened the door were correct. The door was wide open, and just before whatever was out in the darkness came into my house, I woke up. I woke up covered in sweat. The house was completely silent. And then I realized why it was silent. The fan that I have to sleep every night wasn't running. I reached down to turn the fan on, and that's when I realized the power was out to the house. And for a split second, I thought, it's really happening. It took me 10 minutes to calm down and realize that it was just a dream. But was it? Because after hearing the dream that you had about the same subject, I can't be so sure. That's crazy. When I read this, I felt like I was in the dream. I felt like I was dreaming my dream all over again because it had everything. That's exactly what it felt like. That's exactly what the darkness felt like. That's exactly what the knocking made me feel like. And that's exactly what it felt like, that I knew that I couldn't go outside, but I was going to freaking do it anyway. But leave me a comment in the comment section, and please don't send me any more of these dreams. I am never going to sleep tonight. Damn it, man.